I'm Janice Manson. Our family is located north of Chester, Montana, right along the Canadian border. What people know as either the High Line or the Golden Triangle area of Montana, known for its high quality wheat for markets around the world. We grow predominantly hard red winter wheat and hard red spring wheat. We're definitely a family operated farms. And this year our crops are looking excellent.
I'm Tom Swintz. I'm a wheat farmer in eastern Washington. Three of my great-grandfathers all homesteaded in this area in the late 1800s. And I've been fortunate to be a fifth-generation farmer, and I'm hoping that carries on.
I'm Larry Floor, member of the Nebraska Wheat Board, past chairman. I'm the second-generation son-in-law to inherit the farm. My son will be the first one to inherit the operation. I came back in 1978 and have a former school teacher and football coach. Had an opportunity to farm again, and I grew up on a farm. And once it's in your blood, it's hard to change.
I'm Mike Brown. We farm in Thomas County, Kansas. I've been farming. My wife and I moved back in 1976. We've been farming ever since then.
My name is Jason Scott. We're in Hurlock, Maryland, on the location of Walnut Hill Farms. We grow mostly soft red winter wheat here in Maryland. It's a family farm. I'm at least the sixth generation on each side of the family as far back as we know. I have officially been full-time on the farm for about 10 years. I graduated college in 2003.
My name is Jeff Knutson. I'm farming Helix, Oregon in the Juniper Canyon area. And this is my dad, Bob Knutson, who's been farming here since the 1960s.
I just put my 59th harvest in last year. So I started when I was 12 years old on this piece of ground right here. My granddad came here in the 1880s, homesteaded east of here where we are right now. Well, my granddad started with a walking plow. My dad farmed with horses, and then he was part of the switch to tractors and also bulk grain handling.
You know, I've been farming for about 18 years, and from that time we've gone from steel track tractors to rubber track tractors. We used to run 3 tractors, and now we're down to basically 2 tractors. Even since I've started farming in the mid-90s, the advent of GPS on the farm has greatly increased our efficiency.
The last 10 years have probably been the fastest as far as adopting new technology. We're pretty much GPS equipped on every single tractor. Auto track, auto steer on most of the tractors, and we've now gotten into swath control where the drill actually cuts off sections as it overlaps on the edges or on turn rows, the ends of fields. Everybody on the farm has smartphones now, and we use text messaging. We have irrigations that we can keep track of from our phone or from the computer.
We do monitor with a grain monitor, a yield monitor, what we're bringing in on the harvest field. For seeding and spraying, we use GPS on every operation. And I believe that makes us more efficient, whether it's usage of the chemicals and or the fertilizers, to put it where it is needed and not overlap hardly at all. And that's, for us, a financial benefit, and also we feel environmental benefit in using only what we need.
We're able to manage so precisely what inputs we're putting into that crop now. You know, we soil sample every field that we have out here. We soil sample for how much fertilizer is in that each field, and then we can fine-tune it with the yields that are coming off of this property and adjust the yields using our GPS receivers. We're able to adjust the fertilizer from this spot here to this spot over here. We can fine-tune it that much.
We're in our scale building that we use for all the grain that we store on the properties each harvest. And as each truck is weighed, so we know exactly how many bushels we have cut on each unit on each field. And then each truck is bagged separately and labeled as to which farm owns it, where it came from, what the protein was, what the moisture was, so we can be cognizant of any issues we might have in storing it during the course of time.
It used to be everything was done on paper. Anymore, it's done on spreadsheets and computers. So we can tell when we're done, we know what the average for that field is in test weights, the average protein or average moisture was on that particular field. We know what bin it went into, and we know what bin it comes out of.
I would say we do see the quality of the wheat improving, both through our farming practices as well as through breeding and technology from the seed companies.
10 years ago, we were having a difficult time meeting those protein specifications, and through private breeding as well as our local universities, we've been able to meet those protein requirements and meet those markets and get those premiums.
There's just something about wheat harvest. I don't know what it is, but there's an excitement. They're long hours. We'll start getting equipment ready about 8 o'clock in the morning, and we'll work until midnight, thereabouts. The family just loves to come back and be a part of it.
It's a great life. It's a great place to raise a family. It's an excellent work ethic to teach your kids and your grandchildren, and it's something that I cherish.
Producing something or growing something or manufacturing, you just got to feel good at the end of the day that you're doing something. And in the case of farming, you're producing something that people need to sustain their life, and so it's just a good occupation.